Raised beds like these are a real nice and effective way to grow vegetables in your garden these days. All I've done here is to fill this one with a real nice organic soil, which I can't emphasize more how important this is to give you good vegetables. So if you've just taken your soil out of your bag and put it into your bed, then it's good to go. But if you have an old soil that's lost all of its nutrients, it's lost all of that food, then simply all you have to do is to give a nice liberal scattering of this nice organic granular fertilizer, and then we simply mix that right away into the whole of the soil. And the nice thing about these is that I've got fertilizer now throughout the whole of the bed here. And as I'm watering over the top of it with an organic slow release fertilizer, then that water's taking the food and the nutrients into the bottom of the soil, into where the plants need it all the time. And then we just give a final level off, and there we have it. Here I'm planting beetroot. Always observe the planting depths and the planting distances. And I know with this one, they're 5 centimetres apart and 2 centimetres deep. I just draw this soil, and the next important thing to do here is to give some water. So basically being a little bit careful, I give that drill plenty of moisture. So I take my seeds and I'm just going to plant them 5 centimetres apart like it says, because of course these things are going to grow. And then it's just a case of pulling that soil back over the top of the drill. Remember always to show where your line is, so I know where they're going to come up and I know where to water them. And just firm that soil down a little bit so the seed's in good contact with the soil. And a really good tip for you when you've planted your seeds is to turn the rows of the watering can upside down, and it gives a much nicer even flow of water onto that drill. One thing I like to do if I'm sowing in spring when it's a little bit colder is to take some fleece. We just simply put that over the top, taking a few stones, and what that's going to do is that's going to give a little bit of extra heat to the soil to germinate those seeds quickly, and it's also going to keep off any pests. So if I'm doing it in spring, this is exactly how I would do it, and when you start to see those seeds germinate, then it's just a case of taking it off and let the sun do the rest. When your plants are growing throughout the season, in order to produce really strong and healthy plants, and by strong and healthy plants what they will do is they will become more resistant to these little pests and bugs and diseases that might come into the plants, and it will make them grow a little bit faster, so you can harvest them a little bit faster also. So what I like to do every couple of weeks is to give a nice organic liquid feed, and simply by putting that into the watering can, take a mixing stick and make sure that's really well mixed into the water that I have in here. And when you do it, one tip is to always make sure to water your soil really well before you apply the fertilizer. And then it's simply a case of going down my line and just give it a really nice bit of food, and your plants will really appreciate that and give you a real nice bumper crop at harvest time. Harvest time is going to reward all your hard work with this. A kitchen garden full of wonderful food. There's nothing better for me just to pull these crops out of the ground and taking that straight into the kitchen full of all that nutrition. Fresh food, full of nutrition for me and for all of my family.